Severe storms in the forecast once again today with an increased potential for a few tornadoes as well. Let's talk about it in this Thursday edition of the Texas Weather Roundup. Hi there, I'm Texas Storm Chasers Baldy and Chief David Reimer. It's Thursday, 5th of June 2025. Our active stretch of weather continues with more chances of severe thunderstorms in Texas over the next few days. I know we've been saying that for like a week now, but guess what? It's still happening. Today, though, will prove to be a bit of a uptick in the severe weather threat with a potential as well for a few tornadoes. Unlike the last few days where the tornado threat has been very low, today that threat is going to be higher along with the overall severe weather threat. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to look at each day's severe weather threat, then we'll do the timing, just like we have the last few days. The Storm Prediction Center has recently added an enhancement to the severe weather probabilities for this afternoon and evening across West Texas, the northern Permian Basin. This means about a 1 in 3 chance of a severe storm within 25 miles of your location. A level 2 threat includes the Big Bend, the Davis Mountains, the Trans-Pecos, the Guadalupe Mountains, the remainder of the Permian Basin, northern parts of the Big Country, northwest Texas, and the Texas Panhandle, where we have about a 1 in 5 chance of severe storms within 25 miles of your location. And surrounding that, we have that level 1 risk for a comparatively lower threat of severe storms. Tornado threat today, we're going to go with a medium risk level. We're concerned that we have an enhancement at a low-level wind shear across parts of West Texas. We're concerned that we have outflow boundaries left over from storms yesterday, and the overall short-term weather model guidance is pretty bullish on the prospect of some pretty impressive low-level wind shear values in combination of what we expect to be at least scattered to several intense supercell thunderstorms going into this afternoon. All of that leading us to believe there is a elevated potential for a tornado issue. So, tornadoes are on the table. In addition, the potential for giant hail. We could be talking about softball to DVD size hail with the most intense storms this afternoon. Localized damaging straight line winds of 60 to 75 miles per hour as well. So, in summary, the most intense storms from about 2 p.m. through the evening hours. The potential to produce tornadoes, softball to DVD size hail, and localized damaging straight line winds. And those threats, by the way, are non-inclusive to the level 3 risk. They could be anywhere in that level 2 risk too. It's just less common there. We'll see what the Storm Prediction Center does and updates this afternoon. Well, I wouldn't be shocked if they increase the severe weather risk level in some spots, and we'll be keeping a close eye on it. But we do expect to be busy this afternoon, and we will have severe weather coverage beginning at the latest at 3 p.m. Central Time, so keep an eye out for that. Here's the severe weather threat on Friday, the potential for scattered severe storms once again in the Panhandle, West Texas, down into the Trans-Pecos, parts of northwest Texas. That would be scattered storms firing up in the afternoon hours, then becoming a complex of storms that moves east across Oklahoma tomorrow night. Probably staying north of the Red River, but it could be close. We'll keep an eye out on the Red River Valley tomorrow night in case the tail end of that cluster ends up moving across the Highway 82 corridor. Saturday, that cluster of storms continues moving east, and we may see new storms fire up in the afternoon hours across parts of West Texas, the Panhandle, North Texas, Texoma, Northeast Texas. Those storms possibly producing large hail, damaging straight line winds, and guess what? Sunday afternoon and evening, because it's the risk that never ends, the potential in the Panhandle, West Texas, the Big Country, the Permian Basin, and those storms would grow upscale into a clusters late Sunday afternoon into Sunday evening and move southeast towards Texoma and North Texas. So, yay! Doesn't that sound fun? No, it does not. Here's the high-res rapid refresh model going into this afternoon and evening. You can see this model does fire up several intense supercell thunderstorms in the Panhandle, West Texas, the Permian Basin through the afternoon hours. And again, the most intense of those storms will be capable of producing all modes of severe weather, including a tornado threat. Going into this evening, you can see this model doesn't really fire up a cluster of storms that would propagate off to the east-southeast tonight. So maybe we could get away without having to deal with storms at 2 in the morning. We'll see. I'm sure they'll find a way to do it anyway. You can see this actually does still have storms in the Panhandle overnight, so Maybe I spoke too soon. Friday afternoon, scattered storms fire up in the Panhandle, West Texas, the Permian Basin, move off to the east. You can see those storms generally form into clusters that then move across Oklahoma. We're going to have storms across Colorado and eastern New Mexico that do the exact same thing. So, it's going to be stormy. Here's the fire weather outlook from the Texas A&M Forest Service going through the next few days. The highest fire danger will be concentrated in the Big Bend of far west Texas around El Paso, the Guadalupe Mountains, down through the Trans-Pecos into the Big Bend region of Texas. Overall, most of the state will be in low fire danger. Here's the longer range American weather model, the global forecast system. Guess what? More storms Saturday evening. You can see those fire up in southern Oklahoma, could move south across the Red River into Texoma, North Texas. We'll keep an eye out for that. Damaging winds, large hail, heavy rain, more flooding. Sunday afternoon, evening, storms fire up Panhandle, West Texas. Large hail, damaging winds, they form into a cluster that moves southeast Sunday night into Monday morning across northwest Texas. The Big Country, Texoma, North Texas, damaging winds. Monday evening, all over again. West Texas, the Big Country, the Concho Valley, into Central Texas, if this model is right. And then guess what? On Tuesday, still storm chances continuing across Texas. You can see that we'd actually have plenty of storms to talk about with heavy rain potential going into Tuesday afternoon and evening. And then, well, Wednesday, could it be? Could it be? Could we get away without any crazy storms? We'll see. But clearly, over the next 5 to 7 days, we're still going to be dealing with Mother Nature's temper tantrums. Forecast rain totals. Through Monday night from the Weather Prediction Center, on average, we are looking at appreciable rainfall totals across the northern half of the state, though local amounts will vary drastically, depending on where the heaviest storms form. But given the tropical moisture in place and the fact it's June, if you end up under a heavy storm, you get 3 inches of rain in 45 minutes. So, flash flooding will certainly be a possibility across the Panhandle, West Texas, the Permian Basin, the Big Country, Northwest Texas, the Concho Valley, North Texas, Northeast Texas, the Arklatex. Heaviest rains, on average, 3 to 4 inches across Texoma, North Texas. But again, amounts will vary locally. Beyond that, here's the tropical weather outlook. Nothing expected over the next 7 days in the Atlantic Basin into the Gulf, so that is nice. And then in the longer range, the Climate Prediction Center precipitation outlook, well, this technically goes through June 10th through about the 15th. And guess what? Above average precipitation chances across a vast majority of the United States, with the exception being the Pacific Northwest and the Great Lakes region. So, guess what? More storms today, and today's storms could be more rowdy than the last few days. So we will have severe weather coverage beginning at the latest 3 p.m. Central Time on the Texas Weather Center YouTube channel, along with our other social media channels. As always, you can keep an eye on the sky with the free Texas Storm Chasers interactive weather radar on our website, texasstormchasers.com/radar, or by downloading the free Texas Storm Chasers mobile app, where you can get your local weather forecast, daily Texas weather roundups, and more. So, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with further updates throughout the day, and be sure to tune in later today for our live severe weather coverage. Y'all have a great Thursday, as always. God bless.